afternoon, Red Bank. We are wrapping up a fun week at RBHS. We've had dress-up days all week, and the big finish will be prom tomorrow night. We'll have the prom highlights for you on next week's show.
But we've got great videos on today's show as well, like highlights of our electric car and the recent Green Prix race.
And I've got your highlights from Monday's Ladyland softball game. It's all coming up in sports.
Are your friends and family? We'll find out in the loyalty test. The story's coming up a little later in the show.
It's Friday, April 14th, and you're watching the main news.
Things are always changing for the better at RBHS. One of those changes involves the expansion of the VW E-Lab. When finished, the expanded E-Lab will be about twice as big as it is now. The E-Lab will be taking over the space that was the art room. That meant the art teacher, Miss Burnett, has to change rooms in the middle of the semester. We talked with Miss Burnett as well as the E-Lab specialist, Mr. Craig. They said when the dust settles, it will be for the better for everyone.
Specialist. So I heard you're expanding the E-Lab franchise. You like to talk about that a little bit?
Well, it's we're not really expanding the franchise per se, but there is an expansion in the works here for the VW E-Lab. We're going to roughly double the size.
How do you feel about switching the rooms, and are you adapting to the new thing?
I would like to not switch rooms halfway through the year with a deadline, but I do like the new room. I have also gone inside of it and repainted it and made it my own space. I very much felt like that scene in Beetlejuice with the stepmom, where she's like, if you do not let me get out this house and make it my own, I will go insane and I will take you with me. So that's...
So here's where the students can find you from now on, right?
Yes, it is 2190. It is upstairs. It is next to Miss Rush and Miss McGinnis.
Will you be going back to the old room?
I think I have a couple more things downstairs to grab, but that's it. I took everything out of there that I wanted and needed.
All right, thank you. It looks great.
This is also the time of year when you have students making changes. We talked to folks to find out their adjustments in the final weeks of the school year. Roll that tape.
All right, I'm here with Ant. All right, Ant, what could you do better this 9 weeks than you did the last 9 weeks?
Focus more on my schoolwork. You know, it's all about that hard work you put in, you know, that longevity and stuff like that.
I appreciate it.
So I'm here with Malik. And what could you do better this 9 weeks than the last 9 weeks?
Work harder. Just work harder. Just work harder.
What about like attendance? Is that good?
Yeah, I just, come to school, work harder.
Okay, straight. Well, thanks for your time. So I'm here with
Brad Pitt.
And what can you do this 9 weeks better than your last 9 weeks?
Just harp on students like this guy that are seniors that have senioritis really bad. Get it done, seniors. Don't make me lose more hair in May because your grades are dragging and I'm having to pick you back up.
Okay, alright.
We've talked about the changes in the present and in the immediate future. But what about the long-range future? What can we improve for the 2023-2024 school year? We've interviewed both staff and students, and we've talked a lot about the thoughts that students have for the next year.
All right, I'm here with
Jay,
All right, Jay, what do you think the school can do better next year to improve on?
the way teachers teach,
Okay, can you elaborate on that more?
like, they just more so give the lesson and don't really explain how to do it or walk you through it.
All right, is that it?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. All right, I'm here with
Omar.
All right, Amar, what do you think the school can do better next year to improve?
Probably education. Kids need to probably be in class more and just take school more serious, to be honest.
All right, is that it?
Yeah, peace out.
I appreciate it.
Titus.
Titus, so what do you think school could do better 2024, 2025 than they did this year?
I think they could really improve on the quality of the food.
Would you like to elaborate? Like, what do you not like about it?
I think a lot of the time they don't put enough effort into it. It's truly not very high quality.
Sierra.
All right, Sierra, what do you think the school can do better next year to improve?
I feel like they should get better teachers that have better attitudes towards the students.
So what do you think the school could do better next year than they did this year?
The no pass list, I think it's terrible. So with that being said, let us roam. Cause if you got good grades and you don't feel like being in class, I feel like you don't need to. But if you a baby kid and you ain't got no good grades and you just be doing stuff, then yeah. But like kids like myself, I got good grades and I don't need nobody telling me I can't do what I want to do because my grades is good. You feel me?
Is it because you're on the no pass list?
I'm not on the no pass list anymore, Mason. I'm just saying I was. It was a bad experience.
So I'm here with
Rakaya.
Rakaya, what do you think the school could do in 2024, 2025 than they didn't do this year?
The dress code, like with ripped jeans, like how they talk about like how they supposed to be like knee length, and it doesn't make any sense because people still wear them, but they should improve it better.
So you mean like students get recognized more for their good behavior or whatever, all that stuff?
Yeah, like assemblies to highlight students and maybe put more of it on the main news, maybe more on our social media, just really highlight our kids because we got some amazing students here.
I think we did the best we could with AB, but I think it's been hard on everybody. It's been hard on teachers, it's been hard on students. 10 classes is a lot for you guys. So I hope that we can improve that in some form or fashion. I'm not sure how that's going to look, but I know that we need to do some work on that.
Well, spring sports are back from spring break, and they've been busy this week.
Let's get you caught up as we head on over to sports.
The baseball team played in a tournament over spring break. They got them ready for a big district series the past Monday and Tuesday against East Ridge. The Bats were on fire for this series as Red Bank scored 50 runs to 2 games, winning 27-2 and 23-4. The next district match up for the Lions will be Monday here in the Den versus Central. Let's go Big Blue. The team had multiple games this week on Monday. They took on a strong team from Sail Creek. The action was fast and furious, but you'll have to watch closely because both teams are wearing blue.
Good eye, good eye.
Sail Creek came out on top in this game, but the girls will try to get back on the winning track on Monday. They have a home game versus Lookout Valley starting at 5. Come on out. The soccer team lost a tough game to Signal Mountain this week by the score of 3-0, but the Warriors will be back at it home next week on Tuesday. They'll host Sequatchie County starting at 7. Let's go Blue. The tennis team lost a tough one to CSAS this week, but both the girls and boys played well, but came up a little short. The team will be on the road this coming Monday versus Brainerd. Do good netters. And the track team has been qualifying many athletes for sectionals over the last few meets, and they'll try to qualify some more tomorrow. There's a big meet at CCS. The event starts at 10:30, and the running starts at noon. Come on out and support your tracksters. That'll wrap it up for sports. Back to you.
RBHS just competed in the Spring Green Prix. Schools from all over the region come to one location to race their electric cars. Red Bank didn't win the race, but they had a great time. Check out some of the highlights.
How loyal are your family and friends? If you tried to FaceTime your closest contacts, would they answer the phone or would they simply ignore you? That's what we're about to find out on the loyalty test.
I am here with
Mia.
And today we're doing a little loyalty test. Seeing if your significant other gonna answer the phone. So go ahead and call.
Okay.
No, he answered. Okay. Hey, come here. He answered the phone. He passed. I'm here with
Nine.
And today we're doing a loyalty test. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna call your significant other and see if they answer. If they don't, you don't pass. If they pass, then you do pass.
I bet.
The answer you pass. You know what I mean? Yeah. Call them. Okay.
5 minutes later.
Disrespected, misunderstood.
Why are you using the back?
Well, we've talked about it before. It seems like it rains every Friday.
Can't be happening again, can it? Let's get the forecast as we head on over to weather.
Yes, it is possible we can keep our streak of rainy Fridays going. The official forecast today says we are going to set a series of hit or miss showers and thunderstorms. We'll have a 50% chance of rain, but with our luck, it'll probably be a downpour. However, the temperatures will be pleasant. Today's high is expected to be out at 74 degrees. Last night, 58 degrees. The chances of rain should end on Friday night, and on prom day, we have only a 10% chance of rain. On Sunday, we'll have another 50% chance of rain, but next week looks relatively dry. Everyone have a great time at prom. Back to
Well, that's going to wrap up our show. Speaking of prom, today is the last day to buy your prom tickets.
Have a great time. Take lots of pictures, and we'll have the prom highlights on next week's show. Be safe and have fun.